Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Nicole Masson, and in today's video I will be giving you guys a little tour of our homeschool area. So we don't actually have a designated space for homeschooling, so I had to get kind of creative with how we were going to store things and also make it look nice in our open living space. So we homeschool at our dining room table, so I had to purchase a cabinet. That way we had a place to store homeschool things that we're using on a daily basis. And then I'm also going to take you guys into our homeschool closet to show you guys how I organize everything that we're not necessarily using on a regular basis, but things that I want to be able to access fairly quickly and not have them like stored away in totes somewhere. So I'm going to take you guys through, and if you guys have any questions at all, definitely leave in the comments. I'll try my best to link the things that I can in the description. That way if you want to shop anything from this video, you can find it in the description below. Now, if you're new here, I'd love to have you guys stick around. I do post a lot of homeschooling things here recently, but I also like to breadcrumb in just home DIY decor, you know, when we update rooms and things. And if you guys are new here, I actually just delivered twins in May, so maybe some more twin mom life content since that is the season we are in right now. So I definitely want to share with you guys as we approach our new school year how I'll be homeschooling with a toddler and two, you know, fairly new twins. So that way, if any of those videos would be helpful, definitely click that subscribe button, and I look forward to connecting with y'all further. Now, if you guys aren't new here and you are subscribed, you'll see that I actually did a video similar to this one last year. So this is more just an updated version of that video. I've added some things. We've, you know, obviously purchased new things, so I just kind of wanted to do an update to that video, especially because I think that was probably one of my most popular videos. So it may be a repeat for some of you guys, but hopefully you'll find the updates helpful. Okay, so this is like our little homeschool space, our dining room table here, and then this is the thing I purchased off Marketplace, and I just painted this black. So that's our school cabinet. That's where we keep everything we're using on a daily, along with this school cart here. I found this to be a lot easier than having, you know, the caddy just out on the counter. So we can move this closer to the table, move it closer, especially when my daughter's doing her morning work. A lot of times she likes to sit here as I cook breakfast, so she'll just pull that cart closer to the counter so she can get her supplies. And then I did mention this in the video I did on our no homeschool room previously, that I wanted my husband to build shelves, and so he did actually build these, so that way it kind of fit our, you know, aesthetic in here more, and I could keep some things out of reach of my son. So that's like my lesson planning book and more of my supplies up in the basket. So this isn't completely organized, but we know, you know, where things are mostly. So just different things we're using more often are in here. So, you know, they're just the drawers, and this is things that we're using. I also really like that picture schedule, so I have all the cards here so I can switch that out as we're doing certain subjects and things. And then games, I have some paint, math manipulatives, hole punch. So like I said, things we're kind of using more on the daily basis. Same thing in here, some more games from Begin the Beautiful, and then these are actually from Treehouse Schoolhouse. These are all in here because I'm getting ready to kind of organize and get ready for our school year this year. And this is their curriculum for it's the Natures of Wonder alphabet curriculum. So I'm going to be using that with my son before we start really formal learning. And then I have dot stickers for him. I also have our morning menu things in here. So this is all just for easy grabs. Okay, and then down in the cabinets we have the kids' curriculum, well, my daughter's curriculum. So she knows in the morning she grabs this basket out. This has her Bible and all of her curriculum we're working through right now, along with my son. He has more because he's going to be turning 4 this August, but he hasn't started formal learning yet. So I just have more activities in here for him to do. Also flashcards. We're working on speech with him. And then this tracing for the alphabet, and then a dot activity book. So I have those along with more morning menus. So we've used two different morning menus. We've used the Peaceful Press and we've used Treehouse Schoolhouse. I'll link those both. We really like those. And then in this cabinet, this is more of the activities I like to have on hand for my son, especially when we're getting into like curriculum work. This gives him things to keep his hands busy to do like at the table while my daughter and I work through her stuff. So we have some shape matching, number stuff, we have building blocks, more shape matching, animal matching, some weaving, which my daughter also likes to use these. We have some puzzles, different like, you know, spelling and word puzzles. So for more of our educational games, these are all like down here. I also have lacing, some alphabet magnets, more blocks, and then our Osmo activity, which we like to use on Fun Fridays. So this is all more so for my son who's not doing formal learning yet, just to have things that will keep him busy while we try to get through our schoolwork. Okay, and then lastly I wanted to show you this closet here. This is off of our laundry room, and this is where I store everything we're not using on a day-to-day basis, but I do like to have it organized enough that I can find things quickly, especially like on a weekend when I'm preparing for that week ahead. So start here at the bottom. First things first, I have stuff for sensory bins and crafts. Lots of craft stuff in here. So I have sensory bases, the things I use to fill the bottom of the sensory bins, sensory tools. This is miscellaneous things like shaving cream and trays for like handwriting practice, and just other like art and paint supplies. I have stickers, more paint supplies, so that's all of like our paint, sensory fillers, so the things I put in the sensory bins. And then I have miscellaneous supplies. So I purchased a lot of new supplies for this school year, so I put them in there. I have a sensory bin just for a quick grab for my son. And then I also have like puzzles and stuff right here. We have a ton of puzzles out in our playroom in our garage, but these are like more educational puzzles, so I keep those in here. I have learning resources, so this is like flashcards and math manipulatives. And then holiday crafts. I've spoke on this before, but I love to purchase crafts at Hobby Lobby after the season. So Christmas time, Easter, fall, they always go on sale after the holiday. So then that's when I purchase them to have them for the following year. This printer was an investment, but I absolutely love it. I've printed curriculum for my daughter from last year, and I have not had to purchase new ink since we got it. So the ink holds up a lot better than the ink cartridges we used to use for our old printer. Extra supplies. So this is just kind of, honestly, I could organize it better, but I just like to throw things in there. Tape, stapler, and then just anything, flashcards, glue, everything under the sun that doesn't have a place I throw in there as far as supplies go. I don't laminate very often, so when I need something laminated, I'll put it in here, like the twins crafts and stuff. Like I want to laminate these so they don't get ruined, but I'll just take a day and laminate everything I need laminated. Construction paper, and then this is where I store our workbooks. So these aren't things we're using like on a daily basis, but they're nice to have to grab from. So I do all the workbooks there, and then this side's coloring books and like activity books. I love these bins too because they fit so nicely in there, and I wasn't able to find the exact ones, but I do have a link for similar ones. Then miscellaneous resources, games. These games I've purchased either at the Dollar Tree, Walmart, or Target in that like beginning section. I think it's the Bullseye Playground. They have a lot of great games, especially like around back to school time, so I get those for rainy days or just needing something like an indoor sort of activity. This bin, I use the file bins for all of my daughter's work, so starting from pre-K up, we have everything stored in there. Up top's my laminator. This is another craft bin. I love organizing like different craft supplies in there. I'll pull that down and show you inside, because this is like a picture organizer. I got this at, I believe, Michael's. And this is so nice for storing those little craft things. So, you know, craft sticks and wooden pieces. I have ocean animals, foam stickers, pom-poms. So all of this is like in here, like for 4th of July, I put our beads back in here. More beads, googly eyes, things that, you know, would get lost in a bin like these. So these are really nice for storing those smaller craft supplies. And like I said, this is just like for, I believe they're 4 pictures, and you can get these at craft stores. These plate holders are nice for storing books, so I'll pull those out when we have a bunch of like library books or even like reading selection for that week, and I'll put those out on display. Play-Doh at the very top, so that way it's less mess if my son can't get into it by himself. And then just some subscription boxes, holiday resources, and then this is the other side where I have my son's work and let's see, more of their crafts, pretty much stuff that we've already done. This is like our old school year stuff, so I just keep all of that up top because I don't necessarily need to be able to grab it. And then I have curriculum on this side. So I found these bins this year and I love them. This was also from that Target beginning section of Target, and they were only $3. So these are great book bins, and they hold the Good and the Beautiful books so nicely. So I have Good and the Beautiful science electives, my daughter's grade 3 books, and then also their chapter books. So I have like all of our chapter books here, so they're not getting torn up on our bookshelf. And you know, I'll pull one for my daughter to read through. And then I don't like a lot of like paperwork out, you know, in the open. So when I get mail that I need to organize, I'll put it in here. This is work to organize, so this is their schoolwork that like needs to go up in those file bins, and I'll do that like on a weekend when I have some extra time. And then our church handouts. This is actually more like utility stuff for our house, batteries and light bulbs and things, so I keep that in here. This here is more craft supplies. So you can see this is really probably just like a lot of craft supplies and, you know, art supplies, but craft supplies, I have some visual resources. So these are like picture schedules and like, you know, this, let's see, I'll show you because I actually really like using these things. So some of these, like I used to use a picture schedule for my daughter when we first started school, but these are all just picture schedule things. This is some of our flashcards. We also have reward charts. What else is in here? I know I have like, yes, so like, especially when we're trying to transition from activities, this was really nice when my daughter was younger, like a first then schedule. So a lot of picture schedule things, any extra things I have that we're not using out there, I keep in there. And then I also have like all of our school year stuff. So this was like just kind of record keeping more so. So I have all of her grades. I also have a busy binder there, and Expectant Easter. I love that curriculum from Treehouse Schoolhouse. We use that Easter time. This is more holiday things, so like rock painting. This is like a Halloween thing. This is a science kit. More miscellaneous. I have my binding machine. This is like more scrapbooking, sticker supplies. I have a art easel here, Kiwi Company boxes, our aprons. So everything's stored in here. Extra paper. I also have our New Tradition Crafts stuff in here. So this is our Easter thing I've shared at Easter time, and this is our 25 Days of Christ ornament set. Keep that in here as well. So everything, I try to keep it where I can find it easily. So I do tend to go through these things each year just to kind of rid of things we're not really using. But for the most part, I really do hold on to a lot of stuff because I plan to homeschool. As of right now, we have 4 kids. So even if I'm not using it, you know, that year, I know that like over time I will eventually probably revisit it or use it, like kind of like those visual resources once my next child reaches the age. So that is all. Like I said, I will link all the bins. I love like bins. I love labeling things, so it's just easy to quickly find. Okay guys, so that concludes today's video. I hope you all found it helpful. I know myself, I needed that encouragement at the beginning, especially because I followed all of these homeschool moms that seemed like they had these amazing homeschool rooms, and I just felt like I lacked that. So I found myself discouraged, and then I was like, okay, I need to work with the space I have. So that's when I got on Facebook Marketplace and I found this cabinet, and I found that one big shelf there in the homeschool closet. I later did purchase the black bookshelf from Walmart, which, like I said, I'll link everything for y'all, but I wanted to make this space one aesthetic to our living space. I didn't want it to look cluttered, but I also wanted to be able to have things out so my kids could grab things. So my favorite honestly has been that they can grab their morning baskets from the cabinet here and scoot up to the counter while I cook them breakfast. For me, like, it just makes this space that much more rewarding having them right here as we're doing our daily things, and it feels more like a lifestyle versus like a traditional school, if that makes sense. So I hope you guys found this video encouraging, and if you guys have any questions at all, I'm an open book. I do try to share more like behind the scenes and just like more day in the life stuff over on my Instagram, so if you're not following me there, I'll pop my handle up here so you guys can check it out. And as always, I hope you guys have a blessed week, and I will see you in the next video.